Greetings and welcome to Austin, Texas Gardening. Today I'm going to be doing an indoor gardening video explaining how I propagated this Monstera plant, or I guess these Monstera plants. So the one on the left is a little bit older than the one on the right. The one on the right is a propagation. And in fact, I thought I'd start the video by explaining how old the one on the left is. The plant on the left here was grown from my original Monstera cutting, which I got from a friend maybe about a year ago. You can see it here on the right side of the video in my Good Friday scripture reading video, which I shot back in April. So I put the Monstera cutting in this little vase, and you can see here it's getting its first little shoot out, but it took a little while longer for me to actually pot it in a plant. About a month later, I did an indoor garden tour video where I took a look at a whole bunch of things in my home and this Monstera plant as well. So you can see within the month it put out a new shoot, and it's looking great here on my old bookshelf. These plants are super hip and trendy, and obviously it took maybe about a year to grow 2 of them. I assume if you got a really large plant, maybe you could make a whole bunch of cuttings, and I'm sure there's some money to be made in propagating Monstera, but I just wanted to kind of track along all the way up into September, the end of September here, to show you how big it got. So here it is. It's got maybe 5 leaves on it, and it was looking pretty healthy. I think it needs to just be in a larger pot in general, but I wanted to point out some of the base of the stem here, putting out some aerial roots, and I realized it was just time to either get this in a bigger pot or propagate it. So I decided that I would go ahead and take a cutting, a similar size to the one that I originally had, and put it in the same vase and see if we could propagate it. So went ahead and got my scissors, and something you really need to know about propagating, you need to cut it on the stem itself. Nothing is going to happen if you cut the Monstera on its leaf. So if you have any aerial roots, kind of like that little bit growing out there, that's going to be where you're going to want to cut it. It's right below that. So I took my Monstera plant and got it in its vase, and I didn't have to change the water too frequently on this vase. If memory serves, I might have changed the water every 3 to 4 weeks. And so I just wanted to get it submerged in there so that the root has some time to grow. There's a bunch of different ways you could do this. I assume you could probably plant it in a small container as soon as it starts putting out roots. And again, that's an aerial root, so you're going to want to wait for it to put out some actual new growth as far as the roots are concerned. But I went ahead and put it on my windowsill over here, and I've been filming this video for so long that I actually moved during the filming. So again, this was late September, and now we're going to fast forward to the present. Today is January 3rd, and so we're in my new home. This is one of my downstairs plant rooms. So you can see I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here, but obviously we're just talking about Monstera today. So here's the original plant, and you can see it's got a little bit of new growth. In the spot that I cut it, it knows that it needs to just replace a little bit of its foliage. So if I zoom in here, you can kind of see, like, this isn't the best angle, but over here, you can see the stump where I cut my cutting from, and that light green shoot there is the new growth. So this plant will probably be just fine. I may at some point get it in a larger container, but for right now, I think it's great. And I may even just take some future cuttings off of it to fill my home with these lovely plants. This is the container that we're going to be using for our cutting. It's a beautiful glazed white ceramic, small little container, probably about 10 inches high. And what I like to do here, I keep some of my potting soil in the garage, and bugs like to get in it. So what I do is I will freeze my soil just to kill off all of the bugs in it. That of course doesn't kill off any of the fungus or anything else that might be in the container, but that's okay. That stuff's good for soil. So we have our Monstera here, and as you can kind of tell there, it's done quite a bit of growing in its little vase. So we're going to very delicately try to take this out. Be super careful not to break the roots here, because obviously it'd be super disappointing if you spent, several months doing this and then broke the roots. And there we go. You have a beautiful large taproot there. That's that darker green section that you're looking at. And off of it are coming all these lovely shoots of new growth. So our leaves look healthy, our roots look healthy. We're going to take our beautiful cutting here and go ahead and get it planted. And now I'm making a bit of a mess indoors here because I'm trying to plant this with one hand, but obviously be super careful. You wouldn't want to break any of your your roots here. So we made a little space for it in this container, and this obviously isn't the biggest container, but I think it will suffice for our plant, especially for the purpose with which I propagated this. I wanted to put this Monstera on a desk or bookshelf somewhere, so I'm not necessarily wanting it to grow to be enormous, but obviously you can select a pot based on the size that you intend to grow your Monstera to. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the dirt here, not pat it down too hard. You want to leave some room for it to breathe, but also just want to cover it up and make sure that it's sturdy and standing up straight. And so we'll get everything cleaned up and adjusted here. And there we go. We have our propagated Monstera plant. I really love the look of these plants, and I think my propagation has turned out well. Obviously, you can continue to repeat this process as you get new growth, and these plants sell for, depending on where you're getting them, $20 to $50. Obviously, this is a great way to save money. Of course, it does take nearly a year to fully mature one to the point that you can propagate it again, but I'm sure there's some money to be made here. These obviously make great gifts. I hope that this propagation tutorial has helped you learn something, and of course, thanks again for watching Austin, Texas Gardening.